know, the pig's getting pretty close to me. Come to snuff my shit out, I think. Looks
Take
like
one
it's
step
time
closer.
for me to go, Kuno. Pig's come to take me in.
What is wrong with these kids? She means it. The fear is real. Interesting. What is half-light exactly? Lets the body take control and threatens people. I just want to ask you some questions.
I'm going away for a long, long time, Kuno. Going away for life.
So I'm guessing half-light is like an intimidation factor, so like my presence is intimidating to her, is what I think I understand with that.
What's going on there? Fuck are you trying to pull, pig?
What are those strange words you use, girl?
I come from the woods, Kutavitu. You don't want to go there with me. You don't want to see what I've seen.
Well then.
Don't be traumatizing here! Get the fuck out of here!
Well then.
I'll die before I squeal, pig.
She hides behind the fence. Hey, kid.
What is this kid shit? Fucking mind games. I'd rather die than squeal.
Get the fuck out of here, face! You got something? Talk to me!
Yeah, we're not getting much out of her.
I'll die before I squeal, pig.
Child, converse with me.
Murder was the case they gave me.
She has almost vanished behind the fence. Only the top of her hat remains. Right in the mouth hole.
I'll die before I squeal, pig.
You there, behind the
You don't wanna fuck
fence.
with me? I got my hands bloody. I'm not here, pig. You're not seeing this.
You can still see the top of her hat from behind the fence. Alright, that was all of them, right?
I'll die before I...
Alright, kid. Alright, let's check this out. Trash container. This trash container is locked. The sliding lid has a padlock that says whirling in rags. There's something in there. Not necessarily connected to the case, but still. Why am I looking at you, trash container? You're just a trash container. The body is downwind from here. Maybe you prefer the smell of garbage to the smell of death? Lieutenant? What do you think could be in there? Trash? Food waste from the cafeteria? They lock these containers to keep the derelicts from flocking in. Could be evidence, too. Seems like a reasonable assumption. He leans in to inspect the lock. How do we get the lock open? We could try using a pry bar. The one you took from my motor carriage, or Lieutenant? Open trash container. Or we could ask for a key from the manager of the Whirling in Rags. He probably has one. Whoa. Tool not equipped. Okay. What is the chances if the tool is equipped? So we need the pry bar, right? Where do we put this? We can put it in one of our hands. Okay, it didn't bring it up that much, honestly. Jam the tool under the lid and lever and lid and pull. Okay, physical instrument. It's a white check. We'll be able to try it again. Let's go and see if we can get the key. We might be better at a persuasion check or something of that nature. Appealing to the human side of somebody. We did just help him connect with his girl, so maybe he'll be a little bit warmer towards us. I'm not gonna lie, this game is pretty interesting. I'm into this. I kind of like, because like, it gives you the opportunity to play somebody who's just a reprehensible person, which is kind of fun in its own way.
Can I help you?
Is the trash container out back yours? Mine? No, it belongs to the Whirling in Rags. Thank you for clearing that up. Why do you keep the container locked? Why? To keep the hobos and drunks out, that's why. And the neighbors too. They put their trash there and they don't pay for the garbage company. I thought as much. And are you the only party with access to the trash container? Well, yes, us and the garbage disposal company. It seems a little callous, doesn't it? Something stirs in you. Rhetoric. A little callous. Something stirs in you. Well, yes. Us and the garbage disposal company. I wonder what this filling is. Prod at him and find out. We need those keys. What do you need them for? It concerns the case. The lieutenant's voice is harsh and sudden. Please cooperate. Item gained. Key to trash container. He takes the keys from under the counter and hands them to you. Just bring them back once you're done, please. Okay. Do I have to equip that too? Doesn't look like it. An electronic doorbell? An old call box with a matrix of push buttons lists all the companies in the East Delta Commerce Center. Oh my gosh. So many things. Let's not right now. Oh, he ran. Double click. So there is a run. Double click to run, ladies and gents. Okay, open the padlock with the key. With a well-oiled crack, the lock pops open. It should now be possible to simply raise the lid. Don't. Maybe you shouldn't. Oh no, it's something I did that's in here, isn't it? Didn't I just have a premonition that there's something in there? There is, but you won't like it. Sweat forms on your brow. Your hand is still on the lid. Open it. The smell of rotten food rises to greet you. You see soggy cartons, dirty rags, and organic waste. We're just in time, the lieutenant peers in. This hasn't been emptied for over a week. Pick at the rags. Among the threadbare kitchen towels, something catches your eye. A pair of denim trousers? Oh, am I gonna... No, I don't know. Grab them. As the legs of the slime-covered jeans begin to unspool from the garbage, a rank corpse smell fills the air. The victim's clothes? The lieutenant smells them. Cadaverine odor is faint. If these belong to the deceased, they were removed when he was still in the early stages of decay. Did I take off his clothes? The lieutenant produces a black plastic bag marked evidence from his pocket. Drop them in here, officer. Bag the trousers. Kim quickly searches the jeans. Guitar, mark blue jeans. Pockets empty, or emptied. He wore them with a belt, too, a wide belt. The loops appear stretched, but... He looks into the container. The belt is missing. That's it. Do you see anything else in there? I have another bag here. He was hung with a belt. His own pants were used to hang him? Was he hung posthumously? Shit, I think he was. Dude, who the hell hung him after he was dead? Something slimy catches your eye. Ooh, that's my inclination, but no, reach for it. A drab long-sleeved shirt. Olive-colored, appears from the food waste, dripping with pus. Bag the shirt. This is a military-type overgarment. No label or serial number. This is the kind of rib-knit shirt that's worn over light armor to conceal it in an urban scenario. He nods to himself. Anything more? The rest of the rags are just kitchen-variety waste. A yellow old mug that catches your eye, but other than that, a thrown-out towel, a mug. That's all. New task? Who put the clothes in the trash? Alright, we should go to Garde again and ask if he knows who put the clothes in the trash. It could be as simple as someone from the hostel cleaning the yard. Or that one. He nods towards the red-haired boy behind him. I'd advise against confronting that force. You think someone from the whirling might have been involved, maybe? Not really. All we know is the victim's clothes are in the trash and the lid was locked, and this establishment had the key. It's just a small, loose thread. Yeah, we also need to ask the kids who put them here. The fuck's he on about? Kids. The one behind the fence yells. You hear that, Kuno? He thinks you're an infant or something. See? Yeah, they suck. The lieutenant nods and looks back into the trash container. Look under the boxes of cartons. You see milk, an egg rest with one broken egg in it, some pasta wrappers. Picking up the soggy packages somehow feels familiar. We've rifled through the trash before, huh? A box falls into pieces in your hands. Batiste Soleil cereal. There are plastic pasta packages below and turbo noodles. Nothing of note, however. Search the food waste. It's just organic waste, cold and slimy on your hands, apple and potato peels mostly, unidentified sludge, and the occasional chicken bone thrown in for good measure. But, hey, nothing. It's nothing. Nothing more to see here. What's this? What? A blue piece of plastic sticks out from the apple peels. It's shiny. Looks like the corner of something. Is it my ID? Pick it out. Damaged ledger. Something larger. A clipboard. A blue plastic clipboard with moist papers hanging from it. They look badly damaged, but you can still make out forms and notes written in a man's handwriting. Officer, is that your paperwork? I don't know what this is, Kitsuragi. Secret task complete. Find your paperwork. A secret task. Interesting. Gained experience plus 10. It is, look. He points to the clipboard. The plastic has the RCM street grid on it. You've even got an autopsy form in there. Oh my gosh. The autopsy form? We just threw that shit out? A miserable looking slip of paper sticks to the board. This might be what we threw in the trash that What's-Her-Bucket had to pull out. If you don't mind my asking, how could you have let your paperwork end up in the trash? It must have been cramping my style. Oh my gosh. Flush my cop life down the toilet? This dude is struggling. It has a foreboding quality to it. Maybe I needed to lose it for the great bloodletting to begin. What are you talking about? I speaketh the tongue? Doeth thou also thorough inventories? He points to the ruined notes. You should take stock of your notes. Make sure it's all there. Official notes contain informants' names. If some of it has fallen into the hands of the RCM's adversaries, bloodletting may well ensue. Okay, I'll do that. Read your ledger and name the case. So read your ledger and name the case. It would also not hurt to start taking notes on the case. He peers into the trash, where soggy cartons and rags stink uninvitingly. Now tell me what your eagle eye sees, or are we finished? Some items, such as the ledger you found, are interactable. Go to your inventory and find the Interact tab to read your paperwork. The mug. I'm getting that mug, too. I like the look of that fucking mug. You pick out a broken mug with an oddly racist depiction of the yellow man frolicking in saffron. An antique? Only in its social sensibility. I don't know if I want the mug anymore. Yellow man mug. The man briefly glances at the mug, then returns his sight to the trash. I'm sorry. I should get rid of that. The container sounds a muffled gong. It's one thing off the list. Lieutenant sounds relieved. I think we got it all. Okay. Yep, we're good. Okay. 2 interactables, the yellow mug and the damaged ledger. Alright. Use interact button to inspect the item. What is the interact button? Oh, right there. Okay, damaged ledger. It's a ledger you found in the trash. A pitiful cabbage of white and yellow papers hanging from plastic board, barely held together by a metal clip. This sad display is made completely by the faint smell of urinal cleaner. Anything else? There's a piece of toilet paper, or is it cleaning tissue? Yeah, it is what I tried to flush down the toilet. God damn it. No, it's toilet paper. Desperately sticking to the back of the blue plastic clipboard. It's a metaphor. For you. Your shit. Below the pathetic's terror, do not look into its blue heart. So there's something we do not want to see in this. Alright. Well, let's start easy then. Inspect the toilet paper. It's just toilet paper sitting in the back of the plastic clipboard. You can take it off if you want. Take it off. Still wet, the toilet paper peels off the plastic easily. All you have to do is shake it off your finger and voila. The ledger now looks marginally better. We got 5 experience points for that. Okay, inspect the clip. An aluminum block runs the width of the board, biting down on the paperwork. Its crocodile teeth are the only thing keeping the papers together. A regular pencil, the tip worn down to nothing, has been attached to the clip. Okay, run your fingers across the aluminum. The surface is interrupted by a silvery sticker. It's rectangular, sparkling with iridescence. You don't know how you didn't notice it before. Lieutenant, is this one of the hologram watermarks you mentioned? Point to the sticker. What? He's lost in his own notes. It takes a moment for him to see it. Yes, a halogen watermark, used for adding information to RCM property. Interesting. What kind of information? It depends. Aside from an anti-counterfeiting stamp, mine has my station number and address. Oh, address. The information varies by date of issue. How many years you've been on the force, he's thinking. It'll have that. How can I read it? Any capable light with the right wavelength will do. Like, for example, new task, read the watermark. All RCM vehicles have headlights designed to reveal the halogen watermarks. Mine too. This means you can read the watermarks if you just turn the lights on. Interesting. Okay, he returns to his neatly kept notes. While a bunch of sodden papers sag from the clipboard in your hand, it's a sorry sight. Okay, let's browse the white papers. They're not exactly white. They're yellowed in patches by sunlight and alcohol, and covered in dense blue handwriting. Ink escapes into watercolor patterns, reaching its tendrils across entire pages. The paper itself is checkered, with faint red lines forming short paragraphs. Once in a while, there's a red stamp that exclaims case files commit to paper. The case files themselves are plenty. You count more than 100 sodden, crumpled up, earmarked pages falling apart in your hands. They appear to be sufficiently organized and extremely dense, if mostly illegible. What is in there? What are they about? Work, strife, poverty, the Jamrock Quarter. These are handwritten logs of investigations dating back to January 1951 this year. The exact number is hard to estimate due to missing pages and an odd naming convention, but there are at least 20, maybe 30 cases, undertaken, not completed, mind you. There was a mention of a naming convention here? Yes, it appears you employ a, shall we say, robust yet literary system. Each investigation has its case number written on the margins, yet still more tellingly, most are accompanied by a name. Okay. Oh, mine, they're written in capital letters too. Yes, all caps. One is called The Next World Mural. Another, The Square Bullet Hole Murders. Another yet, The Unsolvable Case. Interesting. More. Others appear, more lighthearted. The guys on the couch in an unexpected location, and the murder at the hookah parlor. Even the rare article-free collapsing tenement. Murder features prominently throughout. Okay. Half-Light. You like this grimy murdering, don't you? It's going to take an effort to piece these case files together, but it can be done. Later, once you're done inspecting them up close. Kim, my cases appear to employ some kind of naming convention. You mean the alphanumeric? Officer, precinct, time of arrival at the scene? No, I mean a non-numeric one, with titles. Oh, you mean the titular. Yes, well, so do I. In our defense, almost everyone in the RCM does. Why is that? It's a holdover from the early days of the RCM, right after the revolution when the organization had little idea how to do things. It persists in an unofficial capacity. Officers use these titles to refer to their work among themselves. After the revolution. It seems like an interesting world, doesn't it? I seem to have named a case the Square Bullet Hole Murders. Again, in your defense, I seem to have named one, he peeks into his notes, the man with the hole in his head. That was a real person. His death was real. Still, I named it that, to amuse myself. He smiles. I pray his loved ones never find out. What happened to him? Rail spiked through the head. He died. It was a workplace accident. Count the pages. I have to open an official case. Is there room? There is, for precisely one more. 15 pages near the end remain untouched by the damage. The checkered grid forms a structure of passages, breaking the case into sub-tasks to accomplish. Commit to paper. The tasks you've completed flow out of the pen in a brash freehand similar to the rest of the letters. The wording comes easily. It's almost robotically simple. Language developed for mental rigor and simplicity. Inspect victim's body. Interview the cafeteria manager. Cross out the ones you've already finished. A satisfying slash sounds across the paper. You are done, it seems to say. And you, and you. And a fuck you to you too. That last one cuts a slash right through the paper. Oh boy. Things to be done and things already done. The composition of reality. This is an extremely useful tool for a detective of the Citizens Militia. Now all that remains is to name the case. Lieutenant, have you by any chance named our case? No, actually. Any ideas? The Furies are at home in the mirrors. Shit on a stick. I think we're going to go with 2. The Furies are at home in the mirror. Furies. Yes. Well, it's obvious he doesn't like it. I don't know. I have to be honest, I'm not experiencing the internal strife that refers to. And also, he furrows his brow. Could we make it less poetic somehow? Just a normal case name, you know? Think, what would that be? A good, normal name. Alright, the Hanged Man. Great, that's great. That's actually what I was thinking too. The Hanged Man. Good. Strong name. We have a very good name for the case now. Read your ledger, name the case. We got 30 experience for that, and a level up. Nice. He flips the pages of his notebook. I'm going to start calling it the Hanged Man. It's good we sorted this out. Alright, I'm done inspecting these. Close the case files. Okay. You don't so much close them as distance yourself from the smelly papers. They're a little further from your nose now. 28%. Logic, huh? We're not very smart. That one might be a hard one to get. Maybe some items can help do that, because I know that some of the outfits we wear give us stats in different areas, so maybe that'll help a little bit in the future. But let's browse the yellow papers for now. In the back, you see thin, translucent copier paper. Some neon yellow, some bright red, all covered in boxes, like marching armies. These look like official forms, waiting to be filled out. What types of forms are these? 3, the topmost, are misconduct fines. The middle ones are station calls, and the bottommost are field autopsy forms. Each is easy enough to make sense of. Misconduct fine. I probably get a lot of those. Monetary penalization ranging from 20 to 250 real. Severe cases allow for 1,000 real, but that requires special paperwork. The details of issuing these fines are spread out over the rest of the fields. Station call. These are quite sinister in tone. They give a date and time for the person to appear at the specified precinct police station. Below the call are the criminal charges you risk by not appearing, and field autopsy. A dozen pages of thin copy paper, bright red in color. You see the parameters of a deceased human form, waiting to be filled in. Age, sex, condition of internal organs. Physical instrument. Color of the irises. Predation marks. Condition of sexual organs. Okay. Enough of these. Some more experience. Yes, all that remains now is to fill those forms and hand them to people. Fines for wrongdoers, interview requests for bad guys, and field autopsies to dead guys. Endurance. What delicious power hid within this pathetic mess. You feel better. The rest of the stinking cellulose is much worse for wear. Being sandwiched between the board and the rest of the paperwork must have spared the fragile copier paper. Let's look at the clipboard. It's made of dark blue plastic, hard enough to beat someone to submission with. The edges are rounded, however. The U4 sized board feels thick and heavy in your hand. Light shimmers on its wet surface. On the back, you see the embossed letters RCM. What did you say the color was? Blue. The blue heart. Don't look into it. Shake the ledger. Something rattles inside, ever so lightly. Is there a hidden compartment? Peek inside. The plastic shimmers like lapis lazuli, but it is not see-through. You cannot see to its center. How would I open it? How would I open it? With your hands? U4 sized pages hang from the clip screwed to the top of the board. Okay, interfacing, 42%. Interesting. We've got a 3 on that. Open the hidden compartment. Let's smell the ledger first. That's a terrible idea, but the acidic stench of rotting food is rubbed off on the cellulose. It now forms the base of the experience, this base surrounded by a faint air of spoiled meat, the stuff of death itself, and then sprinkled liberally with the citrus zest of toilet cleaner. Browse the case files again for some reason is highlighted. Okay, nothing there. I'm going to try interfacing, 42%. Failure. Is not what you end up doing. You squeeze the plastic to slide it open, but nothing happens. Then you bend it some, then crack it. The goddamn thing is stuck. A hot flash of rage comes over you. For a moment there, before it recedes, you feel as though you might just squeeze a tear of anger out of your duct. Makes you wonder why. Empathy. It's unjust, that's why. You can't even get to that thing anymore. Okay, so it was a white check. For a second there I got scared that it wasn't a white check because of what it just said there. You can't even get to it anymore. The ledger quivers in your hand. As it shakes, the pages rustle. This pathetic mess suddenly afraid of you for some reason. I mean, we have a level up right now. We could try putting one into interfacing and see if we can get this thing open. Put the ledger away. Let's interact with the yellow man mug. The racist mug, apparently. It's just a racist mug. What's there to read here? Not much. There's quite a lot to read into here, actually. Look at all that content. Oh boy, here we go. What are you going to say about a broken, toss-away mug that you dug out of the garbage? What not to do? I'm going to push this into the face of every merchant I find and tell them this is your inane ideology. Mug will be useful. By denouncing it, I can earn political capital to mask my badass hustling, fraud, and embezzlement. The mug didn't belong in the trash. It was just a funny mug. What does this mean? What are you going to do with it? I also don't know what this means either. The mug will be useful. By denouncing it, I can earn political capital to mask my badass hustling. For example, fraud and embezzlement. If you want to earn some change by guilting people, go for it. But if you want to earn real dough, finish the case and start getting paid again. Wait, I'm not getting paid until I finish this case? Why?